All right, YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and we have something that we need to talk about in terms of this going to benefit a lot of players, right? And I only want to make this video because I do know this was like a big mistake that happened, especially last year. I wouldn't say it really happened that much as the first year, just because the first year didn't have that many characters, but last year it was quite the issue. So this time I want to do it a bit earlier, right? Before we get into that, Nikke has officially confirmed that the anniversary starts in 7 days. So the live stream, no, not the live stream. That live stream starts in a few days. And by the way, I do officially now have my live stream up, right? So if you guys want to, let me go ahead and just show you guys all this juicy stuff. But if you guys want to go ahead, your boy will be live this time. I will be starting my live at 5 o'clock, even though the live stream starts at 6 o'clock. So I'll be starting my live stream an hour before the actual live stream. We're going to get through some stuff and all that juicy stuff. So make sure you guys show up if you guys want to. Of course, this is going to be respectfully the hypest live stream y'all will see, right? I'm just, you guys already know how I get with these anniversary live streams. So expect nothing but fun, entertaining, laughter, all that stuff. The live stream is officially up. Go ahead and notify yourself. That's one. Two, it says 7 days the live streams or the anniversary starts, so that confirms that the anniversary is actually going to be on Wednesday 29th at 6 p.m. EST, like every year. Right, it's the 30th realistically, right? The live streams or the anniversary starts on the 30th in Japan, but in where I live it'll be the 29th at 6 p.m. So yeah, next Wednesday literally we're going to have anniversary character. This Saturday we're going to have the actual character. Now on to the topic of the video. Make sure you guys subscribe and like, and check out Gotcha Wear. It's in the link in the description. Go ahead and get yourself some Nikke merch, right? But I need to talk about this, right? And that's the wish list. One thing that people completely forget is that when Nikke does these live streams and they say oh, we're giving out a total of 300 free pulls, people always think that those 300 pulls, I don't know if I just said 3 pulls or 300 pulls, but people always think that those 300 pulls are specifically for the anniversary banner. No, right? A lot of those 300 pulls, not like a lot, but a decent amount of that 300 pulls is for your normal recruit banner. Now, obviously, this is going to be the first anniversary where you not only have access to pilgrims and overspec characters, but you also get to, I guess, you get access to a lot of the better characters, right? I feel like a lot of the better characters in the game did come out 2025. So in today's video, I'm trying to save you guys' account by telling you guys the definitive best overall wish list you could possibly have for the anniversary, so that when you get your normal tickets through the anniversary, you're able to summon on this banner and get guaranteed a good character, right? I'm not gonna change mine specifically just because I don't need to, right? But if we're gonna go over all the wish lists and stuff, like I'm gonna tell you guys the definitive best characters you could possibly have, right? Now, Elysion, I feel like this one is just insanely hard now because there is 6 characters on Elysion that are like kind of like, or that's kind of 6. There's 7. There's 7 characters on Elysion that are kind of must have that you want to put here. I'll just tell you the 7. You have Helm, you have the Killer Wife, right? You have obviously Anchor and Mast, and then you have Emma, Vesti, and Yunhua, right? This trio right here is insane. This duo right here is the next best thing after Crown, in my personal opinion. And then obviously Helm is a top 5 character in the game, in my opinion, right? When you get her favorite item. And then the Killer Wife, I would say realistically, she's probably the worst one out of everybody here, right? She's better than everybody that's a tactical upgrade, but I think that trio, as a trio, is obviously better than the Killer Wife. You know what I'm saying? But the Killer Wife is also pretty good on that trio because she's a fire character, and she is a character with cooldown reduction, which that trio lacks, right? So if you want a very good, very promising wishes for Elysion, I would recommend you have definitely Mast and Anchor needs to be in there if you don't have them, right? Obviously, if you already have these characters, then just put whoever you want, like that's, you know, whatever. But this is for the people who want to know what the definitive best characters are for each class, right? I would say it's going to be Mast and Anchor, and then obviously probably this trio, right? If not this trio, then probably just Vesti, because Vesti is really good overall, and then Emma and Yunhua are really good overall, but this trio is like kind of the go-to. But if you don't want to do that, then obviously again you could put the Killer Wife and Helm there, and then maybe Vesti, right? If you don't want the Killer Wife and Helm there, take out those two and put in these guys, right? It's really up to you on what you do. It's really up to you with what you do there, but that is what it should be, right? When it comes to Elise, Miscellaneous is again another very important one, because it's kind of hard, especially since like Trina is a character who's really good for Scarlet, right? But Scarlet's not a character I'll tell you guys to go for. I think the overall best characters in this class are going to have to be like Tia, Ayn, right? Even Maxwell still till this day. I'm not gonna put Naga and I'm not gonna put Litter in there, because you do get them from this thing right here. I don't know if they're going to change this, by the way, on the anniversary. I don't know if they're gonna change this, because this came out last anniversary, right? I don't know if they're gonna actually change the season and stuff like that. Only God knows, right? It does say 69 days left, right? So I assume in 69 days they're going to change it, but you have access to this characters, whatever, right? Let's go back to Miscellaneous, right? If I can click, right? So we're going to remove all these characters. Again, I think the best are Tia, Ayn, Maxwell. Realistically, I would have to put Trina, or let's take out Trina, let's put in Quincy and then Mana. I think these are probably like the definitive best characters you can get overall. If you do need PvP, Jackal is obviously a standard, right? That's if you care for PvP, if you don't, remove her, right? But yeah, if you want to use the OG Scarlet, Trina is a standard, but if you don't, remove her. But overall, I would say this is probably like the best value you could get out of Miscellaneous, right? I know Tove is there as well. If you do want to run the shotgun team, she's again a standard, but if not, then remove her. And then Laplace, I feel like Laplace is a decent character, but I mean, you could take her out if you want. It's really up to you, right? But I would say like these characters right here are like probably the most useful characters you're gonna get out of Miscellaneous, right? Obviously, Tia is still ran till this day with Naga and stuff like that, especially since Crown now has the support. Ayn is one of the strongest electric DPSs in the game. Maxwell's still just a very good off-field burst 3 supporter. Quincy's a very powerful character if you actually build her up, surprisingly, right? A lot of people don't actually know that, but if you build Quincy up, she's very powerful. And then I feel like Mana's just like your kind of like your trump card character, right? She could be useful for a lot of people, very good in Kraken. Has a revive, heals, pretty decent in PvP with I need to make a video on that team, but I've seen a comp where she's kind of crazy, right? Right, so there's that as well. But I think overall this is probably what you can get for Miscellaneous, right? Now when it comes to Tetra, this one is going to be hard because there's one character missing here, and that's the Milk, right? When Bunny Milk gets added in here, she needs to be on there, right? But I think the definitive best characters you could possibly get from Tetra are going to be characters like Rouge, of course. Bunny 8 is a must, right? I would say Bunny 8 is a must. The Bunny Milk, she's not here, but when the anniversary banner comes out, she will be added here. Bunny Milk is a must, right? She's like as strong as Red Hood, right? She's basically Red Hood, realistically, besides the fact that she's not a burst 1, 2, and 3, right? Bunny Milk would go right there. And then the last two, it's quite hard to say because it's like just preference, right? Everybody else here I feel like is a shitter, right? Blanc and Noir are great characters, but in 2025, I'm not going to tell you guys to try your best to get them. Like, you don't need them. You know what I'm saying? And then the same thing kind of goes, like, I feel like you're better off just picking favorite item characters like Exia or that's probably it, right? Brady and Crust are who I have just because I don't own them. I wouldn't recommend you chase them down, but like they're not bad, right? If you have those two together and you build them up, you can make use of both of them, right? But they're not like bad characters. They're just not mandatory characters. Alice again is a free character, but if you want, you can put Alice in there. I guess if you want to put Blanc and Noir, you can do that as well, but it's really like Tetra. I feel like Tetra's like kind of fallen off compared to the other classes. The way like Tetra was in 2023 to how they are in 2025 is so crazy. Because in 2023, Tetra was by far the absolute best class in the game, right? Come 2025, I feel like they're the worst. I feel they got Pilgrim, then definitely Elysion. Then it's so funny because Elysion used to be the worst as well, by the way. Elysion used to be the worst class in 2023, but now it's definitely Pilgrim, then Elysion, then Miscellaneous, then probably Tetra, then Abnormal, just because Abnormal doesn't have many characters, right? But that's what I feel like, at least, right? So that's what I would do for Tetra there. And then for Pilgrim, it's very simple, very simple. You just put the top 5 characters: Crown, Rappy, Little Mermaid, Scarlet Black Shadow, Cinderella, right? If you want to replace any of these characters, you can do so with any other Pilgrim. And realistically, every Pilgrim here is good besides Isabel, Haran, and Noah, and I guess Rapunzel to an extent. But I feel like Isabel, Haran, and Noah might get a favorite item. We will see. If not, then don't. But yeah, just put the top 5 pilgrims there, or whoever you need here. Pilgrims are pilgrims. They're going to be good regardless. If you want to take Cinderella out and put Red Hood in there, you could, but Red Hood is getting a banner. Doesn't make sense to me personally. Same thing with Modernia, same thing with Dorothy. They're going to have summonable banners. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? If you want Mihara here, put her in there. If you want Grave in there, put her in there. It's really up to you. It's really up to you, but Pilgrim should be the easiest one, right? Make sure Rappy's in there, make sure Crown is in there, make sure Little Mermaid's in there. After that, you can do whatever you want, right? But yeah, that's, I mean, I'm not going to keep showing you guys mine because I didn't save it, right? Obviously, because I'm not changing my wishes. But yeah, I think the wishes is something that a lot of people need to fix now before you guys forget, because a lot of the free pulls they are giving, a decent amount of the free pulls they're giving does go to normal banner. It's not all on the advanced recruit banner. So when you do decide to summon and stuff like that, make sure your wishlist is pretty good where you're actually getting the good characters and not just, a lot of people forget they even have a wish list. Right, and I think it's just because people don't summon on normal banner, the normal banner like that constant, or that often, where people just forget about their wish list. But like, I've done account wars for so long, and I've just seen wishes after wishes after wish list. It's always horrible, and then people be like, "Oh, I forgot to change it." And then especially with last year when I did this video after the anniversary happened. Right, it was during the anniversary, but like after we got the update, after we got the characters, after we got the summons and stuff like that, and people were just like, no, I should have done this before. I wish I knew this before. I would have used all my currency. That's why I'm doing this earlier this time around, right? So your boy Zxous, let me know what you guys think. Again, the anniversary guaranteed starts Wednesday 6 p.m. EST. Live stream is Saturday. Your boy's going to be live at 5 a.m. EST, so whatever time that is for you, that's the time for you. Not only that, gotchaware.com. Go ahead to the gotchaware.com, get you some stuff if you want some stuff. But yeah, it's your boy Zxous. Subscribe and like. I'm out. Peace.